Namaskar. Welcome to Awakening with Brahmakumaris. You're watching Heal Within. Welcome, sister.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. It is very nice understanding Raj Yoga, relationship with God, especially father and child, and then meditation and connection. And earlier there was a connection, but it was a concept. Now connection is paka, like a strong one. Oh, I can demand, I can fight, I can cry, I can do everything.
Absolutely.
You've been telling us that God has come, God's knowledge, God has revealed this. How is He doing it?
Most important part left to...
And through whom?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because God is come to give His knowledge. Now, we take the knowledge to heal ourselves. But how will God give this knowledge to us? One, we saw when we get a touching, when we have that very strong thought from Him. But if He has to give all this knowledge, like all that we have been sharing in all these so many episodes, in fact, on the platform of Awakening, everything that has been shared has been everything that's been taken from what He has been sharing. So to give all this kind of knowledge cannot be through touchings. I can catch something, I will not catch so much of it. So when at this time, when it's the end of Kali Yuga, beginning of the new age, which we call Sangam Yuga, the confluence age, it is that one time when God has to descend. God's touching we can get even when He's in the soul world, and we are here, we will get the touching. But to give this complete, all this knowledge, God has to descend and give that knowledge to us. And when He gives this knowledge to us, He'll have to give it to us so that we can hear it and understand it completely. If it comes through touchings, we won't get it the right way. So let me just share how it is being revealed. In 1936, in Hyderabad, Sindh, there was a diamond merchant by the name of Dada Lekhraj, a family man, very, very wealthy, very religious, and had 5 children. Diamond merchant dealing with kings and queens of that time, had 12 gurus in his lifetime, searching for God, very, very pious soul. When he was around the age of 60, he was visiting Mumbai for his business dealings and was sitting in a satsang in the presence of his guru at that time, and suddenly he gets up in the middle of the satsang and goes to his room. There's something which pulls him towards his room. He goes into his room and suddenly he sees this very, very bright red light. It's a little scary, can't figure out what it's all about. Just sits in silence, and it's like a vision, a sakshatkar which we say of bright red light, and then gets this very, very strong message. These are exact words when God starts speaking to him, describing Himself to him, that I am this being, point of light, the Supreme Soul, the ocean of peace, and I'm talking to you. He doesn't understand what's happening, and Dada Lekhraj thinks that it is the Guru in whose satsang he was just sitting, who has blessed him with this vision of God. So he goes back to him to thank him for it, and the Guru says, no, there's nothing to do with me. This was some divine intervention for you. From there, Dada Lekhraj goes to Banaras and spends a few days just in reflection, just trying to again recapture what he experienced that evening. And during his stay in Banaras, he gets visions. He gets a vision of the ending of this Kali Yuga. He sees atomic war. This is in 36, before even the first atomic bomb was dropped in Japan. He sees natural calamities. He sees civil war. He sees death, bloodshed. And this panics him that what is all this happening? Very soon he sees another vision of a beautiful, perfect world, where there are these deities and living in harmony, and nature is so pure. And he gets confused. What is this? At one stage, this vision, extreme bloodshed and violence, Here is this vision of this beautiful world. Then he gets a third vision. And this third vision is of Vishnu. And he had been a Bhagat, a worshipper of Vishnu in that lifetime. So he feels that this vision that he's got is a blessing of all that bhakti that he did in that life. He gets this vision of Vishnu, and that vision says to him that you are this and you have to now make this world. You are going to be used to make this world. He doesn't understand what this means. He starts churning. Whatever he is getting through those visions, he just starts thinking about them and can't figure out what it is. He writes on the walls. There's something which is like sending him a lot of knowledge, but he can't understand and comprehend it at all. Whatever he is, it's like receiving. The receiver is receiving. He starts writing on the walls of where he is staying. I'm a soul, I'm a soul. And his wife's name is Yashodhara. He writes on the wall, she's a soul. My child is a soul. My Narayan son, he's a soul. Just keeps writing that on all the walls, and everybody's like, what is all this happening? After that, they go back. The whole family goes back to Hyderabad, Sindh, and he starts sharing with people whatever he's catching from there. Nobody can figure out what's exactly happening. They feel he's talking, and they say, they used to call Dada, like in Sindhi, you say Dada for the elder brother. So they used to say Dada ka satsang, Dada's satsang, where we all are going. And they used to study the knowledge, I am a soul, I am a pure soul, I am a peaceful soul. And when people used to come for the satsang, they would get visions. They would get visions of a point of light.
Even the people?
The ones who were coming. They would just, that is what attracted most of them initially. They couldn't comprehend the knowledge at all in the beginning. In the beginning, it was just these visions and this powerful vibration that intoxicated.
Some kind of attraction towards
magnetism. But they couldn't figure out what is happening. Even he couldn't figure out what is exactly happening. And they would get visions of a point of light. They would even get visions of the golden age. They would get visions of the deities. And those who were coming, they thought, this person is doing all this. So they got attracted to him initially, thinking, he is the, one who's giving them the vision. So you've been looking and waiting for visions for many, many births. So when you get it suddenly, you think that person is instrumental for it. It took a few years before clarity set in, and which was understood then that God, the soul, the supreme soul, is just using this mouth to give the knowledge.
As an instrument.
Just an instrument. It's not his knowledge, Dada Lekhraj. It's not his wisdom. It's not a divine intervention that, he's getting a touching and he's sharing it. His mouth is being used. It's like the Supreme Soul would descend, use that body, talk, share, give all the knowledge and leave. And when the Supreme Soul would use Dada Lekhraj's body, people could feel the difference between when he was being used and when he was not being used. They could see that and feel that difference. See not visibly, but feel the difference in the vibration. So this is how it started in Hyderabad, Sindh, and gradually these three aspects of knowledge were given. Soul, knowledge about God, and cycle, the cycle of time. And then soul started connecting. Now when God gave knowledge about himself, about the soul world, about his qualities, he also reveals his name. That his name is Shiv. Now Shiv here again is no religion, because when we hear Shiv, we immediately tend to connect it to
Shankar.
Hindu religion. Yeah, the Hindu religion.
Shiv Shankar, yeah.
It's not connected to any religion. Shiv means point of light. And Shiv means the benefactor, Kalyankari. So God reveals his name, I am Shiv. I am that ocean of peace and I live in that soul world. And because he is our father, so we don't call him just by name, or we don't call him God, Ishwar, Allah. So we started calling him Shiv Baba. And Baba for father. Now when we say Shiv Baba, it's not any human being. It's for that incorporeal point of light. So Shiv Baba started giving this knowledge through Dada Lekhraj, and he gave him the name Brahma Baba. Brahma, the creator of the new world, and Baba because again lovingly father. And all the children, all the souls who would take this knowledge that Shiv Baba was giving through the mouth of Brahma Baba were called Brahmakumaris, Brahmakumaris, which means the sons and daughters of Brahma. Initially, it was a group of 300 that started the first gathering. This group of 300 with Brahma Baba went to Karachi and had 14 years of intense meditation there. More or less totally disconnected from rest of the world. Had no idea what's happening outside. Completely within where they are, and then within here. These 14 years was spent in total practice of soul consciousness. This was being the 14 years of setting the foundation of a very big thing that had to happen after that. So this initial group of 300 were creating the foundation of this huge organization as it was meant to be today, then in the 1940s in Karachi. So 14 years they only practiced soul consciousness till it became a natural thing for them. They didn't have to practice then after that, I am a soul, I am a soul. They were reaching that, what we would be in the golden age, soul conscious naturally, and connection with Shiv Baba, the supreme power. In 1952, after the partition, the whole group shifted to Mount Abu. And Mount Abu till today is the international headquarters. From here, Baba then sent everybody to different parts of the country. That now you have gained the knowledge, you've put it into yourself also, implementing it. Now go and share it with everybody. Because everyone has to know this now. Everyone needs to know the knowledge which God is revealing. So sisters in groups of 2 went to different cities, not knowing where they're going, what's going to happen there, just the faith God is sending us, it's His instruction, it's going to work. Somebody went to Lucknow, somebody went to Delhi, somebody went to Calcutta, someone going to Bangalore, Mumbai, Kanpur. These were the first places. Somebody started staying in a temple, someone in an ashram, someone in a relative's place, and from there they started giving the message. This group of 300, which started the initial foundation, has today reached to 1 million families. One center starting from Mount Abu, small place, today 8,500 centers in 133 countries. 25,000 sisters, dedicated sisters, surrendered.
Today, 25,000.
Running the centers, taking care of the centers.
And 1 million.
Million families who are regularly studying the Raj Yoga knowledge, connecting to Shiv Baba, taking that knowledge from him, and then practicing the Raj Yoga lifestyle. This is 1 million families today.
300 to 1 million within 75 years.
Within 75 years, not 1 million of only the ones who are listening, but then who are implementing a lifestyle which is taught by Raj Yoga, which has been taught to us by God through the medium of Brahma Baba. Now, all the knowledge that Shiv Baba was giving through the mouth of Brahma Baba was always written, transcribed. This is called the Murli, God's versions, Shiv Baba's versions. It's called the Murli.
Which means flute.
Flute. Now we thought it was just a flute, but actually it is the flute of knowledge. It's the flute of knowledge when played that souls get intoxicated. So that Murli is studied even today at every center. Every day is a new Murli, but the same Murli is studied in all the 8,500 centers daily. Brahma Baba was on his own journey of self-transformation. It was not that he was a profound, pure, wise soul. No, he was on a journey of self-transformation, and even though Shiv Baba was using him as a medium, he had to make his own effort to reach that stage which Shiv Baba had kept across to everybody that this is your aim objective, this is where you have to reach 100% soul consciousness. 1969, 18th January, Brahma Baba reached his stage of complete perfection, which we call 100% soul consciousness stage. And 18 January 1969, he left the physical form and handed over the administration of the organization to Dadi Prakashmani, who has been the chief of the Brahmakumaris, the administrative chief, from 1969 to 2007. August 25th, 2007, Dadi Prakashmani ji left her mortal coil and the administration was handed over to Dadi Janki ji, who is today the administrative chief of the Brahmakumaris.
How old is she now?
She is 96 now.
96 years old.
Yes.
And still working.
Oh, you have to see her itinerary to see how she is flying from one country to the next, one day here, next week there. And she gets into the flow of where she is as if she's been there since a very, very long time, because the soul is very light and very elevated. So beyond a certain stage, you go beyond the limitations of time and body. So even though the body, the physical costume does keep saying things in between, she's able to cross that barrier, and her willpower and Shiv Baba's blessings for her really make her do wonders. Even at this age, she's doing miracles. Miracles like in terms of how she is working on herself and inspiring millions to be able to transform themselves. Now, when we see the journey of this organization, founded using Brahma Baba, then chief of the Brahmakumaris Dadi Prakashmani, now chief Dadi Janki ji. Normally, if you see any organization, it is started by one soul with a very pure intention and a philosophy that they start the organization with. The organization under their leadership or their canopy does really beautifully well. But when it passes on to someone else, there tends to be a little decline, because the original conviction, the original purity, and the original principles and philosophy don't remain when they are handed down to somebody else. And normally we would see in most of the organization that there tends to be a little moving away from what it was initially. When this Brahmakumaris organization was under the leadership, or let's say under the administration of Brahma Baba, it was about 300 centers in India and no center outside India till 1969. After that, it has reached today 133 countries.
Wow.
8,500 centers, which means irrespective of who was there as the administrative head, the growth did not stop. It's only been an exponential growth, because it was not the work of Brahma Baba, not the work of Dadi Prakashmani. It is Shiv Baba's knowledge and Shiv Baba's task. It's God's task that is going on. And so it's not restricted to who's going to be the human instrument there. And that's why the work just continues. The expansion is all over. Today in Mount Abu, what started from a small center, it's got 4 huge complexes in this Mount Abu and Abu Road. Every year, thousands and thousands of people are coming to learn what has been revealed by Shiv Baba and to take their life into a new direction altogether. So this is expanding very, very fast. At every center that we have in every city or other countries, there is a basic Rajayoga meditation course. So if anyone now wants to learn this knowledge and take this journey further after what we've understood, they just have to walk into their nearest center. Once you go to the center, talk to the sister there and fix up a time for you to learn the meditation. Most of the centers, this course is done on one-to-one. So we can fix any date and time which is convenient to us. It's a 7 days course. 7 days, an hour every day. Soul, knowledge, complete knowledge, God, Supreme Soul, karma philosophy, technique of meditation, the world drama, powers from meditation, and a spiritual lifestyle. These are the 7 basic segments that we need to learn to start the journey of Raj Yoga and for connection with Shiv Baba. After that, at every center is the daily Murli, which is normally 7 to 8 in the morning at every center, and a particular time in the evening, different 6 to 7 or 7 to 8 in the evening, or we can study it even if we go any time during the day.
This Murli started from 1936?
Right from the beginning.
From day one, God started speaking through him?
Yeah, but initially, like we said, initially there was not so much clarity that what is being said. It took a couple of years where it started all falling into place to understand what was really happening, and that is all documented since then, and that is being revised all over again now. So Murli is studied at every center. So when we go to any center for the daily Murli class, it's not a sister or a brother who's giving a session or a satsang or a lecture. It is that sister is to just read out the Murli, which means what was spoken by Shiv Baba, God, through Brahma Baba is read out. And everybody gets to listen to God's words.
So you mean to say this is how God has arrived?
Absolutely.
This is the meaning of...
This is it. You're listening to Him directly.
I was expecting God to come in some kind of form now.
Yes, but He did come using a form. First, He used the body of Brahma Baba, and those who met Him could feel that vibration also after 1969.
You said those people who had come to meet Him, those 300 people, they would also have visions. Visions, what kind of visions? Heaven?
Visions of a point of light also. Some had visions of, you suddenly see this golden point of light. Some had visions of heaven, a beautiful world. Some had visions of deities, of Sri Krishna, Sri Radhe.
It sounds to be true because all the 300 people cannot start imagining. As an actor,
Yeah.
I can understand how much can you imagine and for how many days and how many people.
True.
And how many of them, not 300, will feel it's the divine.
Not at all. And it was not just about the visions, it's also about the vibrations which they could feel through.
They must have felt it. That's true. You can't, everybody cannot be hypnotized.
No, not only hypnotized, everybody obviously cannot be hypnotized, but the meeting with Shiv Baba has not ended from 1969. Till 1969, all the children, all the souls who were coming to the organization were getting to meet God, Shiv Baba, through the human medium of Brahma Baba. When Brahma Baba left his mortal coil, there just happened to be a question, now what? So now is God not going to meet us, and how are we going to listen to Him and get that power? So after Brahma Baba, it has been Dadi Gulzar, who is the human medium, the instrument whose mouth Shiv Baba is using even till now to give the knowledge, the Murli. Even now, every year, there are fixed dates because now it's become very big. When Brahma Baba was there, every day Shiv Baba was using Brahma Baba to give the Gyan, the knowledge, the Murli. After Brahma Baba left, it is Dadi Gulzar, and every few days Shiv Baba would use her body, meet the children, give the knowledge, it would be written, and that was Murli. Now it's become very big, so things have to be a little structured.
Shiv Baba or Brahma Baba?
Shiv Baba. Shiv Baba is giving the knowledge. This is Shiv Baba's knowledge right from day one and even today. So now in the whole year, we have fixed dates. And we all know the date beforehand because we have to travel from all over the world and come. So it requires a little more planning now. So fixed dates where we all come to Abu, and we have a huge hall which we will see. At one time we're about 25,000 who will sit in one hall for that meeting. And Shiv Baba, even today, uses the medium of Dadi Gulzar, meets the children, gives the knowledge, the Murli, applicable to today. Where are we heading now and what do we have to do now? And we can feel that vibration. So it's not just on hearsay. It's not on what we're hearing about what happened in 1936 or 1950. It's about what we are experiencing now. So now souls who will go to the center, do the Raj Yoga meditation course, practice the meditation for a year, because unless we practice soul consciousness and connection with the Supreme Power, if we come for the direct one-to-one meeting, we will not be able to make out, because if we are body conscious, we will not be able to make out the real power. We have to also tune into that frequency. So a year of practice before, and then coming to Mount Abu and being a part of that meeting cannot be described in words. It has to be experienced. But go to the center now to take this journey forward. Start doing the meditation course. Start practicing it daily. Early morning meditation, then Murli class, good eating habits. Vegetarianism is the diet which will help us to create a pure mind, because pure food, vibration helps to create a pure soul. So a vegetarian diet, right eating habits, sleeping habits, taking care of thoughts, words and actions. This, if practiced daily, I will see my healing that has started happening. And then we come to Abu and we get to be a part of the direct meeting to meet God personally. That is something to be experienced.
Wonderful, sister. Let's all go to the Murli class and meditate and heal ourselves and be prepared for the
Meeting with God.
meeting with God and going to the golden age.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.